Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I am going to do a first impression let's play review of a game called Robin Hood Sherwood Builders. As far as I can see from the screenshots, it's like a open world crafting survival type game with a little bit of RPG elements. So, today we're going to be checking it out. As always, with all of my first impression Let's Play reviews, I'm gonna be playing the game for like an hour or more until I am satisfied that I can give you my opinion on the game and tell you whether or not, in my opinion, the game is worth $30. If you are in a hurry and you don't want to watch the full hour and a half or whatever video, then you can simply skip to the last 10 minutes or so of the video. I will put the timestamp in the description below, and in the last 10 minutes or so I will give you my quick, concise, final opinion and tell you whether or not, in my opinion, the game is worth $30. Otherwise, you can just stay tuned and I will be playing the game and giving you my running commentary as we play through the game today. So, yeah, first off, small little issue with regards to the graphics of the game. The game has no borderless full screen mode, which is bad. I normally play and record on borderless full screen mode, and this game has no borderless full screen mode available whatsoever. So it only has full screen and then windowed mode. So right now I'm playing on windowed mode. It might look to you as if I'm playing on full screen, but I'm actually playing on windowed mode. I just edited it so that it looks normal in OBS, but I can actually show you over here. If I do this, you can see there is the top of the window. So that is how the game actually looks right now, but by doing some editing in my editing software, I can make it look normal. So that is an issue. You are always going to have that border at the top of your screen if you are playing on windowed mode, and that is definitely an issue. So there is no borderless full screen mode or borderless windowed mode whatsoever. Otherwise than that, when you alt tab, the audio of the game falls away. There's no toggle for that whatsoever. Normally you would get a toggle over here which says mute audio when focus lost. So there's nothing like that. There's no mute audio when focus lost toggle whatsoever. There's also no colorblind accessibility options from what I can see, even though that's not a massive issue, but it is a massive issue to people who are color deficient. So that's an issue. The game starts up in easy mode for some reason, so we're just going to set that to normal. I don't know why the game would be set to easy by default. That's a little bit weird. Tutorials, okay, yeah, that's on by default, that's fine. I don't want mouse smoothing or anything like that. I really hate mouse smoothing. And yeah, otherwise than that, the options are okay, even though they don't give you an explanation of what they actually are. So, like, I have no idea what AO levels. Well, it says ambient occlusion over there, but it doesn't tell you what it actually does. Doesn't, like, normally you would hover over the stuff to see what it does, and there's none of that. Literally none of that. There's also nothing like character detail, you know, model detail, character detail, nothing like that. Object detail, absolutely nothing like that. So even though this is supposed to be the advanced options, there's a lot of stuff that you can't even change in the game. You can't change character detail, object detail, nothing like that. So it's really, really not expansive with regards to the options that you are given. Many options are simply missing in the game for the graphics quality. But yeah, otherwise than that, no real different issues. But yeah, like I said, that simply not being able to change the object detail or character detail, that's pretty big. That's a pretty big issue, to be honest. But okay, otherwise than that, I guess we can jump into the game. Oh, by the way, like I said, the game costs $30 in America, but the regional pricing for the game on Steam otherwise is really bad. Like, there are several countries where the game is really overpriced, and the game is also available in Russia, which is two things which are bad. But that's just something that you have to consider when you are considering whether to purchase the game or pirate the game. That's simply one of those things that you have to consider. I personally do not like supporting a developer if they do quote-unquote immoral things, like overcharging for the game in certain third world countries, or if they support Russia as well. I don't like supporting a developer that does that kind of stuff. So you just have to consider those things for yourself. I did receive a key for the game from the developer slash publisher of the game, so I didn't have to pay for the game myself. But like I say, that is just something that you have to consider when considering whether to buy the game or pirate the game. Massive pixelation there in the cinematic.
Robin of Locksley survived the burning sands of faraway lands as he served his role in the unforgiving Crusades. He emerged unscathed from deadly skirmishes just to become an exile and face mightier enemies in his own home country. After his previous hideout in Silwich, which was razed to the ground, the forests of Sherwood granted refuge to him and his retinue, while its new rulers threatened all. King Richard the Lionheart's untimely demise plunged England into chaos and left roving bands and their petty warlords free to fight amongst themselves for territory and influence. The Sheriff of Nottingham, a murderer and usurper, exploiting the pervasive lawlessness, pillages one area after another, increasing his power and leaving the poor residents of Sherwood at the mercy of wild fate.
By the way, I really like how the game used 300 watts of power usage during that cinematic. I mean, it's literally a pre-rendered MP4 cinematic that is in the game, and yet I'm looking at my Nvidia Afterburner, and the game immediately shot up to 300 watts of power usage during that cinematic, which is really weird, since literally all that the game is doing during those cinematics is playing the cinematic. So it's weird that it will shoot up all of a sudden to 300 watts of power usage. Now it's at 275. So actually right now we are in the game, and the game is using less wattage, less power than what it did when we were looking at the cinematic, which is really weird. Okay, let's see. No movement while attacking. Why would you not want movement while attacking? That's really stupid. Difficulty, I already set that to normal. Why are you asking me again? And also, why is the default easy? Like, why is the default difficulty easy? That doesn't make a huge amount of sense. I've never, I think, ever before seen a game where the default is easy. Like, why would the developer want you to play their game on easy? Okay, I have no idea what this is. Press enter to read tutorial. Okay, so we have to read the tutorial. You can use the map to fast travel. Can only use it if your destination has been discovered. Okay, so it's a fast travel thing. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So it's fast travel. I don't know why they call it stable master. To avoid any confusion, they could just call it fast travel. Sure, it will break the immersion a little bit by doing that, but still, like, I would prefer the game to be more clear on stuff like that instead of saying stable master, because stable master also isn't even very clear. Like, stable master in my mind says that he's gonna sell a horse, or you can manage your horse there, or it has something to do with mounts, you know, not like whatchamacallit, like fast travel, you know. Okay, Robin's chest. So am I Robin? Is this my house then? And I have an owl for some reason. Why can't I change that? It's shining, but I can't interact with it at all. These are really weird stairs.
So what's your take on the best feather for fletching? No question, duck feathers. They provide the perfect balance of stability and speed.
The camera is weird, like bloody bumping into stuff constantly. Instead of making your character fade away or anything like that, this bullshit can happen where your camera is actually obscured by your character like that. That's really bad when you're trying to loot something on a shelf like this. Like there, I can't see shit, so the camera is an issue.
Can handle changing weather conditions better. Ever shot in the ring? The air like nothing else. Well, I appreciate consistency. Loose feathers provide that reliable, steady flight. Reliability is overrated.
Oh, the game has a food system. Simple food can be found. Water is a far simpler matter. You will need to find a well and have the required bottles on hand. Don't be fooled though, bottles are significant items that need to be managed well. They can determine the success of your mission more than once. Okay, so I had one empty bottle. I need to drink right now because it looks like my health, well, not my health, my whatchamacallit is pretty low. How do I use it? Double clicking does nothing. Right clicking adds it to my usage bar. Okay, there we go. We just drank, and then I can fill the bottle up again, I'm assuming. Then I have to open my inventory again. I have to right click again, exit again, left click again. Okay, that's very tedious. go again, open, craft again, right click again. Like, that's very, very tedious. Why didn't they just make it more intuitive? So what do I do with all of these cooking things? The game hasn't told me anything about picking items up yet, by the way. I'm literally just doing this because I know how to play these games. Art of the trade. Traders can be found in towns and villages. They happily buy and sell items. Earn specialization, which determines what they can sell you. Fortunately, they'll buy whatever you're willing to unload. If you want to earn more through trading, remember to develop the skill tree which affects just that. So it looks like cooking, maybe herbalism, I don't know, diamonds or valuable stuff, weapons maybe, and I'm not sure what that is.
Is there anything you need?
Okay, so this guy, what type of dude is this guy? Like, I don't see... He's selling mortar and bamboo in paint and swords, and garlic and chicken, so he's selling food and weapons, this guy. How many coins do I have? Is that my coins? 500? Wow, this is really cheap. So, how do you compare items? Shift, Control, Alt? Nope. Shift, Control, Alt doesn't do anything. So you have to probably look at it like this. 10 to 15. This one does 20 to 26. So my current one is definitely better than that one. Mining, wood cutting. Okay, so I guess I need this for wood cutting. Okay, and then the item drops on the ground. I'm assuming that's because my inventory is supposedly full. It would be great if they explained the inventory management, but anyway. I've played these games before, so I know more or less what the issue is. Why the item dropped on the ground, even though a quote-unquote new player will not have any idea why the item that they just bought dropped on the ground. Why are you so massive? Oh, you're Little John. That makes sense, I guess. I thought maybe everyone is gonna be this massive, but apparently it's just Little John. Manage your village. Okay. Am I gonna get any kind of tutorial with regards to this or not? Apparently not. Where can I store stuff? Because I'm like 10 minutes into the game and already my inventory is full. You have to be able to store stuff somewhere. Cooking. Okay, so I don't have meat. I can't talk to her. This is my own village, and yet I'm looting the shit out of this village. But like, isn't there a place where I can like stash my stuff? That's just a battle. Chest. That one is also my chest, but like, will I be able to access stuff? Because obviously you would want to put all of your wood and stone and all of that kind of stuff into a single chest that can be used in your entire village. I see my health is flashing. Where's your action bar? Like, I can press 1, 2, 3, and 4 to get to equip that specific item, but there's no action bar from what I can see. Like, literally, you have to memorize this action bar over a year. That's the only real way to know what the corresponding key does. Like, how can they not show your action bar to you? Prior attack.
I always worry when you're away from home for long, Robin.
My good friar, the sheriff will face death well before I do.
So the game has some voice acting at least. That's not bad.
Haughty as always. I'm just glad to see you in good health, friend.
Don't worry. We're not in danger this time. We're safe here.
Nothing I can do after the nightmare that the Crown's men brought on us and our old home.
They didn't bother with voice sync, though.
This time they won't run into us. We're well hidden. I saw to that.
The previous settlement was so goodly. I know you all too well, you crafty fox. I'm aware you're scheming to fight back.
What matters is everyone made it out alive. After I defeated Black Henry and freed Marion, the sheriff completely lost his composure. I must stop the enemy before he becomes too powerful.
The enemies, the king and sheriff, don't stop at their own henchmen. You constantly hear about ever more scoundrels plaguing the surroundings of Nottingham.
This guy's voice really, really irritates me.
King's allies grow in numbers. Some are bought with land assignment, others threatened with death and confiscations. We must weaken the grip of the king and the sheriff if we are to feel safe here.
Definitely, Robin. Recently, Little John had his shirt cut. We can't take risks like that.
This guy's voice is terrible. Not just the voice, but the voice acting is also really terrible. You can hear the voice acting is like scripted. It's not a natural sounding rendition that this actor is giving. It's a very stiff, very scripted rendition of his voice lines. And then, like I say, on top of the reading being bad, he also has a bad voice.
He'll recover. You know him. We each have our crosses to bear. You say so yourself.
Well said. You may be right. This settlement seems secure.
This time no one will find us. Time to let an arrow loose right into the beast's heart.
I believe you, dear Robin, but before you do that, you must regain your strength. Setting up a new village is exhausting work. Eat something, have a drink, rest in your home. We'll talk later.
Oh, there we go. That's the hotbar. So you don't have an active hotbar. You have to press tab to see your hotbar. I don't like that. I prefer having a persistent hotbar, but anyway. So you're limited on this inventory, and you're weight limited as well. That's really stupid that items disappear. I hate games where items disappear. There's no reason for items to disappear in 99% of games. Okay, so I still don't have a chest or anything like that, like a village chest, so I guess I'm just gonna use this chest for now. You can press shift and right click to store stuff instantly. My apologies, I just had to take a call quickly, but I will edit that out. So, antidote is for poison. Mead does give health, but it reduces your thirst and your hunger, which is nicht good in my opinion. Destruction, antidote, health, repair, weapon maintenance. So the game also has a durability system. I do not like durability systems in games. Construction, cooking, alchemy, construction. Wood, why don't I even have this on? Camel, universal. Good. Care about that. That gives health and thirst. Health, hunger. Okay, we will eat that later. And that reduces a lot of stuff. Is there a sorting button? Sort. Okay, there we go. Running is also weird. Like, you don't run in a how can I say, in a straight line. If you want to run, like your dude runs at the angle, like I'm literally pointing in the opposite direction, and yet my dude is still continuing to run forwards. I'm not a fan of that. Okay, eat food and drink water. Well, I already ate food. Well, I already drank water. So we drink, craft. Eat, go to sleep. Speak to Tuck. Well, I don't want to sleep right now.
Robin, not even you are immune to fatigue.
No, I don't want to do that right now. Because right now I am immune to fatigue. That's the entire point. Can we kill the pigs? No. Oh, I hate the sword effect. Look at that. Like, you know that setting in Windows that you activate to make your mouse like have the trailing mouse effect? It's literally like that. Like, why did they choose to do that? It looks stupid. The game also has a stamina system, it looks like. When you attack, you lose stamina, I just saw. Up here. What's down there? Okay, I just slid off the rock for no reason. So I can't pick these up, I guess. So you press and hold until the entire thing falls apart. And then you press and hold E. Pick up the rest. Can't pick these up. Okay, I'm tired apparently. That's an interesting name for a material. Unique material. Like, instead of actually giving it a name, they just named it unique material. How much weight do I have? Okay, 77.6. Okay, that's all inside here, I guess. Oh shit, I nearly fell down. Okay, fantastic. Once again, like, I thought, okay, I would fall there, but nope, I just continued to slide from there, and I fell the entire way. The game's sliding is really, really shitty. I noticed that when I stood on that rock over there, where my character just continued to slide. Unfortunately, some game developers think it's logical to cover everything in the entire game with a layer of dishwashing liquid. And so when you jump onto anything, you immediately slide off it. Like, it's really idiotic thing that a lot of game developers do. They seriously think that it's realistic and normal for the entire world to have dishwashing liquid poured all over it. And that's unfortunately what these developers did. Look at that, look at that, look. I'm literally sliding. Look at that. Dishwashing liquid. This entire place has dishwashing liquid on it. Fucking hate that.
I've been sharpening my arrowheads differently lately. Oh, trying to reinvent the wheel, are we? More like refining the blade. I've been using a whetstone for a cleaner edge. Whetstone? You're stuck in the past.
What's this line over here? It looks like a door.
Steel sharpeners are too aggressive. You risk losing the subtlety of the point. Subtlety won't pierce through armor.
Look at that. It literally looks like there's a door right here.
To the right spot negates the need for brute force. Brute force ensures your arrow gets where it needs to be, especially against tougher foes. Quality over quantity, my friend. Well-sharpened arrowhead makes every shot count.
I almost fell off there.
Sharpener ensures you have plenty of shots to count.
Can we chop trees? Nope. Oh, you made Marion. Oh,
Please, look out for yourself when you're out gathering the herbs.
Very funny. I've been locked in a tower once, and now there's no end to the jokes.
Jokes? Me? My dearest, I'm only a simple outlaw. I know nothing of jokes.
Just like I know nothing of herbs. Come here, simple outlaw. I've missed you.
And I have missed you.
Going back to your woes, Little John has been teaching me how to swing a blade properly. Anyone who gets too close will now find themselves a head shorter.
Little John... Isn't he a moron? Like, wasn't Little John an absolute moron in the movies? Or am I misremembering stuff? Because I remember Little John being an absolute idiot. So what would he know about sword fighting technique? So it takes more than an entire stamina bar to chop down a tree. That's really stupid. So you have to chop down a tree, well, you have to attack the tree and then wait for your stamina to regenerate and then attack the tree again. That's really, really idiotic. Oh, and you can only chop down certain trees, it looks like. So for some reason, you can only chop down the trees that glow green. Like that one over there. So fuck all of these trees. That tree in particular is the only one that you can chop down. Like, how does that make any sense? Look at that. You can't even chop down this tree. You have to chop down this tree. It makes no fucking sense logically. Just like everything having sunlight liquid or dishwashing liquid poured all over it. Like, it doesn't make sense. You can chop down only 1% of the trees in the game. Like, look at that. All of this fucking wood around here. And yet, that single tree over there is the only one that I can chop down. How the holy hell does that make any sense? Okay, I'm 86.5 out of 100. That. Apparently I can't jump up there. Look at that, not a single tree in sight. Ah, there we go. Oh, there's also one. Like, what the fuck? Only 1% of trees are choppable. And I really don't like the fact that it takes 30 seconds to chop down a single tree. That is just idiotic. And then I have to wait for my stamina. Fucking hell, seriously. Like in a game like this or Valheim or anything like that where you're going to be spending a lot of time gathering resources, if they make the resource gathering tedious and obtuse, then the game automatically is going to be really tedious to play, and it's not going to be fun. So I can already see where this game has made a massive mistake. I get 10 XP when chopping down a tree. How much XP? Oh, I have 6 skill points already. How the hell did that happen? I didn't see a notification or anything like that about skill points, or that I can spend skill points, or that I leveled up at all. So that's fantastic. Okay, so what does this shit do? Okay, I can't zoom in, can't zoom out. That's fantastic. No zooming out, no zooming in. Critical chance 1. Hunter vision reaction time. 10 maximum HP. Where's my HP? 200, okay. Maximum weight 10. So the maximum weight will be nice. Increased inventory slots. Oh, that's good. Let's take that and that. Tool durability, mining damage, wood cutting damage, max energy, extra yield, 20% extra yield, maximum weight, extra yield, 20% while mining. Oh, but that's only while mining. And this one is only when cutting. That's stupid. I thought it was a universal 20%. That's really stupid. Well, I do want to get as much inventory space as possible, as quickly as possible. So all of this stuff is just like generic passives. It's like a really generic passives. There's no like new abilities or nothing like that from what I can see. So you can't even see your experience. Like, I want to see how much 10 XP actually is, but there's no way to see your experience bar. That's really dumb. For some reason, when you look like this, the camera immediately turns back. Like, it's really irritating. Why can't I just look in the direction that I want to look at? Why do I need to look at a specific direction? Just because the developers say I need to look in that direction. Oh, and the different materials or resources only show up when you have that specific weapon equipped. So you can't see stone if you have a wood cutting axe equipped, and you can't see wood if you have a pickaxe or a sword or anything like that equipped. I don't like that at all, because that just encourages weapon switching, constant weapon switching. So it is more efficient to constantly swap between your harvesting weapons, just so that you don't miss any resources. Am I full? No, I'm not full, so why didn't you pick everything up? I'm literally pressing a pick up all or collect all, and yet it's not collecting all. You see, like now I might miss a piece of wood, so now I need to swap, and then again you can see all of the wood. So that's really fucking stupid. And now I might miss stone, so then you have to swap back to your pickaxe just to make sure that you're not missing any stone. That's a really idiotic system. It creates a lot of unnecessary weapon switching. Like, the world also feels very empty. Like, if you just look at this, like, it feels really empty, and it almost feels like it was just generated by like an algorithm, you know? Like, this just feels lazy and computer generated. Like, if a developer wants to create a good world, a believable world, then they need to do some level building. They can't just leave the entire level building process up to a algorithm or a automatic generation thing, you know? Like, that's just lazy, and it also it reduces the quality and the believability of the world. Pine? I have pine. So where do I need to... Oh. Okay. So 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, so do I have any workers or not? 3 food rations to be available. Available workers, 2 out of 2. So I do have 2 workers, but I can't assign them to woodcutting. Oh, you can actually look around. Okay, when was the game gonna tell me that? Like, the tutorial in the game is really, really bad. The pine and stone. I have a lot of pine and stone, but what the fuck am I supposed to do with the pine and stone? Items in storage. Yes, I don't have anything. So where do I need to store it? Ah, maybe here? Maybe. It's fucking pathetic that I have to figure this out on my own. There's not a store similar button. Like, these types of games really need a store similar button. And I'm not seeing a store similar button here at all. Okay, so now I have a lot of stone and pine in there. Can I build something now? Aha, okay. So what, do I just start building? Oh, you build it around those. Apparently. Okay. And then food. Okay, but now my available workers are 0 out of 2. They're not 2 out of 2 anymore. So why do I need to wait until they build that thing finished, or what? Okay, is it finished? Yes, it is finished. Okay, now I have 5. Okay. So I don't have enough for a farm yet. I need tar and sandstone and beach. Production, decoration, workshop. Reed. Okay, so I need reed. Copper ingots. Bricks, clay. Clay, reed, bamboo. Tar, dough, leather. Copper ingot, mortar. Okay, so I can't craft any of these. These are, by the way, a lot, or at least they leave a lot to be desired. Like, it's 5 buildings here, community buildings, 5 workshop buildings, 3 production, and then the rest is decoration. So literally the game has 13 buildings, and that's it. 13 buildings. That just seems very poor. Unless you unlock more buildings later on, that is a possibility, but normally in these types of games they will show you all of the buildings that you have available here, and then in gray the other buildings will be grayed out. So in this game they're not doing that. So either there isn't any more buildings, or they simply haven't heard about graying out unavailable buildings yet. So I don't know. I have a sneaking suspicion that those are all of the buildings in the entire game. Which, yeah, it seems like not a lot. By the way, what's that stuff there at the bottom? Like, how do I even see what that is? But where can I see my stats and that kind of stuff? So this is max energy, health, okay, so here's different abilities that you can train eventually when you have the trapper's hut and the shooting range and the training grounds. But like there's no... I want to see what that shit at the bottom is. Like there's a little eye icon, and then there's a arrow pointing icon. Like I have no idea what that is. You want to drink some more? The water is unlimited, so that's not bad. So they want me to sleep. I mean, I guess I can sleep, but I don't want to sleep. Also, it looks like the game has no health regeneration whatsoever. So, like, no health generation. Boulder Gate. What's that? Hopper. Oh, let's go over there. Point of interest. Little bit of stuttering there. The game does not consume stamina when out of combat, so that's good. That is something that I complain about in a lot of games. No game should ever consume stamina when you are running out of combat, because literally all that does is it reduces the speed at which you can explore. What's this supposed to be? Oh, we get some copper. Seriously. Like the fact that you have to fucking take like 30 to 40 seconds just to mine a single node is really idiotic. Like let's time this one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are going from 40 seconds on my timer. Let's see how long it takes to mine. $20. Exactly 20 seconds to mine a single fucking node. 20 seconds. That's a little bit ridiculous. Fucking hell. Okay, so we have a fair amount of copper. Well, we have all of the copper that we can possibly get right now. Where else? Signpost. West. Discover to travel. Okay, so let's go over there. Then we can unlock a fast travel point. I can't even attack while running. That's really stupid. Like, literally the game does not allow you to attack while running. Okay, did I unlock it now or not? Okay, there we go. What's that?
Oh, I see you're planning a crusade. I've been on one already, and I don't recommend them.
What sarding crusade? They don't want to pay us. I'd flog the whole load of them, but I don't see myself as an outlaw.
How lucky that I already happen to be one. May I help?
It's been long since I believed in help without interest. Who are you?
They call me Robin Hood, and my business is disrupting our so-called rightful rulers and helping those faced with injustice.
Boss, we are the ones faced with, injustice, right?
Blast you, Ehrlich. Yes, we're the ones faced with injustice. Listen, Robin, since that's what they call you. Days ago, we were whipping some poor cunts in the name of our good King John, yeah?
You seem like a bunch that knows how to whip, so I'll take your word for it.
Exactly. And when the job was done, instead of handing us our gold, they rained arrows on us. Is that justice?
Absolutely not.
That's what I mean. Will you help us get our gold? I bet it's not the only thing held by the king's men in the nearby outpost. We'll be waiting for you here.
The king's men and gold, you say? I won't be long. Don't make yourselves at home too much.
So he wants me to go raid a local outpost. This guy's fucking dirty. Okay, so where's this outpost? Is there a marker or not? That was my marker. Is it that one? Oh yes, it's that one. Okay, well, let's not get too carried away. Let's go over there first. See what's over there. Like, there's a shocking lack of just things, you know. Like, I ran all the way from the home base, literally over there, and then over here, and then over here, and I didn't encounter a single enemy. Like, it's just empty. It's fucking empty. Why is there a bed over there next to the river? Are these guys hostile? Oh yes, definitely hostile. Come on, I want to take you on one by one. What was that? Was I able to pick something up just now? Oh, again. What the fuck? Yeah, come over here. Come. It's that sound from Home Improvement. How the fuck could they use that sound? Well, it's not the exact same sound, but it sounds a hell of a lot like that sound. Okay. Okay, I like the executions. Yeah, the executions are cool. It reminds me of a game like Two Worlds 2 almost. And then apparently all that they drop is coins, sacks of coins. You can't get their weapons, you can't get their armor, nothing like that. Yeah, well, the combat is really basic. You just move side to side and then attack. Like, the game has blocking, but I mean, I just defeated 4 people and I didn't block once. Why is it so fucking difficult to just loot something? Did I level up? No. Still got a little way to go. Okay, well that was easy enough camp. Level 1 obviously. Okay, so now I can fast travel over here or what? Empty camp, reputation gained. Okay, there's another bed over there. Royal Soldiers Camp. Then Sandstone Quarry. To go over there. How is our inventory looking? Our inventory is actually full. I really don't like the fact that stuff can only stack to a certain amount, like 25. That's a very low amount of stacking, to be honest. What can I eat? Can't you... Cooking? No, cooking. Okay, hunger. It's also really stupid that you can't use something immediately. Like, I'm double clicking, it's not working. Then you have to right click to move it, and then only then you can tab and then go and select it and then use it. Like, you can't use an item directly from your inventory. That's really dumb. Okay, but also my inventory is actually quite full right now. So I guess I should head home. Can I fast travel? Click to travel. Okay, so the game does have a fast traveling system. Yeah, I don't know. If this is the entire game, like, you can see the map isn't that big. Like, I already ran from here to there. It takes me 2 minutes to run from here to there. So clearly to run literally from there over here will take you full out maybe, I would say 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, which is actually a small map. It's really not a big map at all. But really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter in this game how big the world is. The world could be 10 times as big as this. It's empty. We already saw it is fucking empty. Because if you can run from here all the way over here without encountering a single enemy, that's bad. You know, like, in a open world RPG like this, like, take Enshrouded for instance. I recently played probably 20 or 30 hours of Enshrouded, and the world design and the level design of Enshrouded is good because you encounter plenty of things to do along the way, plenty of resources to harvest, plenty of enemies to kill, plenty of experience to gain, plenty of things to do. And in this game, it just seems like the developers forgot to add stuff to do. It's really a very empty world at the end of the day. Also, like I fucking said, I hate the fact that you can't automatically add stuff over here. Like, I have wood right now in my inventory and I have no way of automatically adding it over there. That's really irritating. That at least is something that the developers of Enshrouded thought about, because it is really fucking irritating moving items over and looking which items you already have in your stash. Like, I can upgrade this one right now and then you pay 300 for a single line of extra stash. So it's not even like a nice block of stash extra, it's a single line of stash extra. Imagine how fucking expensive it's gonna be here at the end. It's probably gonna cost multiple thousands of gold just to get another line. But anyway, really not smart to omit the automatic transfer button. That is a button which is very important in these types of games, like Valheim and Enshrouded and those types of games. And that's why most of the games have that button in the game, because it just makes inventory management so much easier and so much less of a chore, you know, because you don't want anything in the game to be a chore, you know, inventory management or exploration or anything. You want to make the game as little of a chore as possible, and unfortunately it seems these developers just didn't get the memo. I really think the game is pretty low quality. It's clearly not a high quality game. I mean, the voice acting of Friar Tuck specifically is terrible. It is probably some of the worst voice acting that I've heard in the past year. It is really terrible voice acting. And overall, just this effect right fucking here. Like, why? Even my hand, look at my hand, my left hand, it's like a fucking, it really reminds me of the mouse cursor with the trailing stuff. Like, this shit right here, this is literally what they're doing with the game. Like, why would you do this in the bloody game? They might have thought that it looks cool, but it really does not look cool. It does not lend itself, by the way, that was on my computer, it does not lend itself to the game, to the quality of the game, the enjoyability of the game, nothing like that. It literally makes it so that the game seems low quality. It seems lower than what it actually is. But like I say, the game is low quality in my opinion. And stuff like this, and the low quality voice acting, and the very badly, in my opinion, designed world, it's very sparsely populated. The fact that there is dishwashing liquid all over everything in the entire game, it just is many telltale signs of a low quality game. And I don't have an issue with indie games. You need to be very sure of what I'm describing here. This is an indie game, but there's a difference between a low quality game and an indie game. This is a low quality indie game. Obviously this studio, I think, has never made a game before. I believe this is the studio's first game, Angry Astronauts or something like that is the studio's name, even though their publisher has published multiple games. But this is, I believe, the first game from this actual dev studio. So they are very much indie, but there's a difference between a indie game and a low quality indie game. This is unfortunately a low quality indie game. There's just no two ways about it. I still don't know what that blue stuff there at the bottom is, like that thing over there and that thing over there. I still have no idea what that is. There's no way of telling. Like I said, the game has no borderless full screen mode. The game doesn't run particularly well. It uses 300 watts of power usage during a cinematic, which is really weird. The game has no object detail, no character detail. This shadow resolution thing continuously jumps back to epic for some reason. Even though I've put it back to high multiple times now, it jumps back to epic for some reason constantly. And the game has no colorblind accessibility, which would have been nice. It's not really a massive criticism, but it's something that a developer needs to think about, because a lot of gamers are color deficient. So I don't know, asking $30 for this game seems yeah, I would definitely not pay $30 for this game. Definitely not. Like, this game reminds me of Ryzen and what's the other game? Two Worlds 2, for instance. I mean, we can pull up, hey, I just did a move which I didn't even know about. Let me pull up Two Worlds 2 over here quickly. So something like Ryzen 3, it's not a fantastic game, but it is exactly what this game is. It's just 10 years older, you know. The same thing with Two Worlds 2. It's also a really old game, but it's a good game. It's actually not a bad game. 61%. I would give this game a 7 out of 10 pretty easily. It's not a bad game at all. It released 2011, whereas Ryzen 3 released 2014. Ryzen 3 and Two Worlds 2 is exactly like this game is. It's not particularly high quality, and it's open world. It's an open world RPG, leveling system, exploration, all of that kind of stuff. But even these games, Ryzen 3 and Two Worlds 2, that are two games that actually have I would almost say a notorious reputation for being bad games, or not particularly good games. I wouldn't call them bad games. They're not particularly good, you know. Like, you're not talking about Assassin's Creed Valhalla or one of those really good open world RPGs, you know. These games are totally fine for what they are, you know. And Two Worlds 2 is $20, even though you can get it on discount for $6 very easily, and you could get it for even cheaper if you go to key reseller websites, even though that is something that I do not recommend. Rather give the developers $5 or $6 than going to a key reseller website where the developer will get $0, literally $0. So rather buy the game on discount on Steam before stealing a key on a key reseller website, because those keys are literally stolen. So Two Worlds 2 you can get for $6, $7. I wouldn't pay $20 for it, but $6, $7, totally worth it. But even if you take Two Worlds 2 for $20 or Ryzen 3 for $15, these games, both of these games, Ryzen 2 and Ryzen 3 and Two Worlds 2, both of these games are better than Sherwood Builders. Absolutely. Like $30 for Sherwood Builders is definitely too much, in my opinion. Definitely. I would not pay $30 for this game. And the fact that they're asking $30 for this game when there are multiple games on the market that are better than this game and yet cheaper than this game just pushes the fact even further that this game is not worth the money. It's really not worth $30. I mean, Valheim, what's the price of Valheim? I actually do have Valheim in my library, but I haven't played it in a very long time. What's that? $20? $15? Let me just confirm over here. 1 second. Oh yes, $20. So Valheim is literally $20, which is actually let me just show you over here. You can see I have Valheim. I have a good amount of time in the game, and it's only $20. So I would very much rather suggest that you buy something like Valheim, for instance, for $20. Valheim is definitely better than Ryzen 3 or Two Worlds 2. And like I say, it is absolutely better than this game. It's much better than this game. But yeah, I want to compare like for like. That is why I would rather compare this game against Ryzen 3 or Two Worlds 2 than comparing it against Valheim, because Valheim is a much newer game, even though this game is a much newer game. But this game is a game that was made in 2024, but it feels like it was fucking made in the year 2011, just like Ryzen 3 or Two Worlds 2. I think Two Worlds 2 is 2014. But really, I can't recommend this game. There are games that are cheaper than this game is, and that are much better in my opinion. So I just can't recommend this game. And if this game was $10 or $15, then I might be able to overlook all of the low quality bullshit that is in this game. But because this game is asking $30, there's just no way how I am able to come even close to recommend this game. So yeah, that's my opinion of the game. Unfortunately, it is a low quality indie game, and they're simply asking too much money for it. That's really my opinion at the end of the day. So yeah guys, that is pretty much it. Like I said at the beginning, the developer sent me a code for the game, so thanks to them for making this review possible today. But unfortunately, it's a game that I can't recommend. In the instances where I do not receive a key for a game, which is more than 50% of the games that I review on my channel, in those instances I rely on you guys to buy many of the games that I review on my channel. I, in a particular month, spend $200, sometimes $300 on games to review for the channel, and I would not be able to do that without your support. So if you would like to see more reviews from me and on my channel, then your support on patreon.com/LFP is massively appreciated, and I would not be able to review as many games as I do without your support. So your support is massively appreciated. So yeah guys, that is it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.